So, as most of us know, recently LeBron James surpassed Larry Bird in the all-time scoring list. And most media markets, of course, they're going to have the inevitable comparisons between the two. Who's the better player, blah, blah, blah. And I want to ask you guys, those who have subscribed to me, at this point in time, who do you think is the better player historically? Who would you rank higher? Larry Bird or LeBron James? This is how I feel personally. I have a top 10 list of players. I mean, I know I did the top 50 thing, but that was different. That was by position. My top 10 has been consistent for about, well, it was consistent for about 6 years. And it was Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Will Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon, Oscar Robertson, Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan. And I put Tim Duncan as the 10th greatest player of all time when he won his 4th and final championship in 2007. The first change I made in my top 10 was last year, and it involved Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal when Tim Duncan had the resurgent season 2012-2013, went to the finals. His team was the finals, of course, but he went to the finals and came very, very close to winning a 5th championship. If it wasn't for the absolutely dreadful, abysmal, disastrous, calamitous performance by Manu Ginobili in the finals, he probably would have won his 5th championship. However, Tim Duncan came to play. It was through no fault of his own that they lost. And I think Tim Duncan had enough production, enough accomplishments in his career to warrant a 9th place selection as the 9th greatest basketball player of all time. And you know what? Because I understand people are Kobe fanatics and like, well, where's Kobe? I would probably have Kobe at this stage because of production, volume production. I probably would rank him maybe if he comes back and have at least a solid season, he exceeds expectations. Oh boy, maybe the 13th or 14th greatest basketball player of all time. And that's pushing it. I just can't look at Kobe's career and push him past certain people. I cannot. It's only through sheer volume do I rank Kobe that high. If he didn't have the extra 4 years of cushion, he'd probably be in the lower part, closer to 20. And that's not a knock on him. It's just that I'm gonna tell you something, man. Some of the things, I think the best thing I ever did in my life was to turn off the idiot box and start reading more when I was about 26, 27 years old. I rarely look at television. I don't look at Sports Center. I don't look at really much news outside local news because a lot of that stuff is just brain. It'll rot your brain. But anyway, it's not on my soapbox again. This is the point of this video. It took 2 minutes, didn't it? I'm having a hard time now as I look at LeBron James, because prior to the season, I had LeBron James right behind Kobe Bryant. And I mean right behind him. You understand what I'm saying? One spot behind. I had Kobe at 15, I think, and LeBron James at 16. And I have looked at what LeBron James has done, and I'm having a seriously hard time now not putting him in my top 10. As a matter of fact, I'm having a hard time seeing how Larry Bird is better than LeBron James now. I didn't think that LeBron could improve much upon what he did last year. I'm very, very, very impressed by LeBron James' accuracy as a forward. It is absolutely phenomenal. He's like Adrian Dantley on steroids when it comes to accuracy. And Adrian Dantley didn't take 3-pointers. You know what I mean? Like, if LeBron James really wanted to, he could lead the league in scoring. If he really wanted to, if that was his goal, he could lead the league in scoring every fucking year. I'm having a real hard. LeBron James is I remember when I first saw LeBron James in high school, and I thought that he could be one of the best players of all time. I thought he could be like a top 50 player, and he has exceeded expectations. Because I remember when he first came, when he first was a phenom back in 2002, 2003, and people were wondering, was this guy the real deal? Well, he has exceeded expectations. And this guy, LeBron, is not only a top tier talent, he's a top de la creme of the top tier talent. I'm not a guy to use hyperbole, but LeBron James is in the discussion when you talk about top 3 or 4 players of all time. I think I have such a hard time saying this because I have so much tremendous respect for Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, but I'm having a hard time seeing how why I can't put him ahead of these guys. The only thing that I'm doing that puts me that wants me to put him just still behind some of these guys is games played, seasons played. He's only played 10 full seasons. Bird played in 13, Magic roughly 12 and a half, I guess. But it's getting there. I think this is what I'm going to do, y'all. Even if he does not win a championship this year, LeBron James, by doing so, this will be his 11th season. If he wins another championship, that'll put him to 3. If he wins another MVP, that'll put him to 5 MVPs. 5. I mean, he would already have tied Bill Russell and Michael Jordan for MVPs won. Although I have a strong suspicion they may give it to Kevin Durant this year because of the fact that a lot of times they don't like to have one guy just consistently win the MVP award all the time. Michael Jordan probably should have won 8 MVP awards. He didn't receive the award in 89, 90, one of the closest years ever for as far as voting. He probably should have won in 88, 89. He should have won in 92, 93. He should have won in 96, 97. And you could make the case he should have won in 86, 87, actually. So he could have had 9 MVP awards when I think about it. But like I said, it's very possible, particularly with the production he's putting up this year. He could be winning his 5th MVP award. And if that's the case, if he wins 5 MVPs, there's no fucking way I can't put this guy at least in my top 5. He has to go past Shaq and Tim Duncan and Hakeem and Oscar, and he has to at least. Well, Russell has 5. But Russell is not the player that LeBron James is. But out of respect, I would have to at least put LeBron James at number 7. At least. And that's only because of the number of seasons played. I would have to put him at number 7. There's no way, and I don't care what anybody says, there's no fucking way I could have to put LeBron James lower than that. There's no way. There's no argument anyone can tell me. He at least belongs there, and that's being conservative. Because you could legitimately say that LeBron James is a top 3 or 4 all-time player right now. But that's just my opinion. And I'd like to know what you guys think about LeBron. Where would you rank him as far as historically? Gunshot. Not gunshot. Bottle popper. Where would you rank LeBron James historically? And who do you think is better overall between Larry Bird and LeBron James? I think it's very close, like I said, between the two. I think the edge is to LeBron, but I just give Bird the edge as far as historically because of a little bit more longevity, but LeBron James is going to eventually pass Larry Bird as the greatest small forward of all time, and it's going to be soon, if he hasn't done it already. Thanks.